Hello world, Imperfect here, and this is my review of
Dragon Ball Z 復活の F.
And my feelings about it? Meh. Stay tuned to see why.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Alright, before we get started, let's get the legal stuff out the way. All content used in this video is under protection of fair use, so don't sue me. If this video pisses you off in any way or my facts are wrong, please keep in mind that I am imperfect. I couldn't give two Mr. Purple Color King Kong size. Alright, so let me start by saying this movie was way too hyped. I mean, if Sword Art Online and Attack on Titan had a baby, and that baby featured 2 times more fan service than the relationship between Eren and Levi, then it still wouldn't hold a candle to the amount of hype Fukatsu no F managed to gain. Casual and hardcore anime fans alike had this movie pegged as the freaking second coming of Jesus. For a good reason. I mean, in my opinion, DBZ is one of the greatest animes of all time, and coming off after the success of Battle of Gods, people were justified in thinking this movie would be amazing, but in my opinion, it was a disappointment. There were a lack of memorable fight scenes, lack of character development, and no edge of my seat moments, which really pissed me off because that's what DBZ usually excels at. I mean, honestly, what was the point of this movie? None of the protagonists were in any real danger. Both Goku and Vegeta were already stronger than Frieza, and even if Frieza put on plot armor and somehow defeated both Vegeta and Goku, Whis, who was a god, could easily turn back time so they wouldn't die. Whis, who was a god, could easily turn back time so they wouldn't die. Bro, like honestly, what happened to the DBZ I grew up on where the villain was always stronger than the protagonist, and through either harsh training or being pushed to their very limit, they would exceed all expectations and transform into a beast, finally defeating the enemy in an epic way. And since we're on the topic about transformations, the transformations in this movie were awful. There were no build-ups whatsoever. In Dragon Ball Z, usually the king of build-ups. There was a time in Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta spent 3 whole episodes building up a final flash. It wasn't even a transformation, it was a technique, and it was freaking awesome when he finally did it. Yes, I was pissed off at the time because I had to spend 3 episodes charging up for the freaking attack, but it was amazing. That's the Dragon Ball Z I missed, and that's where they went wrong in this movie because there was no build up at all. None. Finito. But moving back to the transformations in this movie, they were just garbage. It was some crystal baby blue aura type ish that Goku transformed into. It was so unmemorable. Also, where did the blue even come from? In the last movie he was red, and I kind of like the red. It looked pretty cool on him, but now he's blue. And like in the next movie he's gonna be green. Are we gonna do the whole rainbow now? We had yellow, we had red, now we got blue. Is it green next and then purple? I don't understand. If he was gonna be purple, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. And where the heck was Mr. Popo? The only black guy in the freaking series wasn't even in the movie. That's what really sucked. Now let's talk about what we all been waiting for.
では始めますか。お見せしましょう。私のさらなる進化を。
The man of the hour, Frieza, the genderless alien life form that's going through more plastic surgery than Michael Jackson. So the story with this guy is he was killed previously and revived back in this movie, and because his body was freaking cut up and blew up by Trunks, he had to be revived back in pieces. So somehow, using anime logic, his goons put him in some kind of machine they use to restore him back to full health. No alterations to his physical body. Now, moving on to his new golden transformation, there's not much to say about it. He's golden now. That's pretty much it. There was no build up to his transformation either. Only took him 3 months to reach the level of Super Saiyan God. Like, really now? It didn't even show Frieza training. It just time skipped to him invading Earth with his newfound powers. Frieza was such a great villain in the original DBZ. He was actually my favorite. But in this movie, he's just awful. I mean, the only reason they added him was for the nostalgia factor. Now, I know it may seem like I'm bashing Fukatsu no F, but I'm really not. I just love DBZ, so I hold it to a higher standard than regular anime. Now, there's a few things that they did do right. The animation was dope, music amazing, nostalgia hit home for me, and I love seeing Frieza again. And their interactions after they found out that Frieza was alive again was just priceless. It paid homage to the original series, which made me really happy as an old fan. Now, for the rating, I will give
Dragon Ball Z 復活の F.
3 stars out of 5, and only recommended to DBZ fans because of the nostalgia factor. Like, if it wasn't DBZ, then it would just be another plain anime. There was nothing memorable about it besides the fact that it was DBZ. Well, you guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you disagree with me, let me know why in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion. This is Imperfect. I'll see you next week, my world.
A man named Angelo, he made a channel with all his woes, but now he's back with